Thank you for your time.
Pleasure.
So let's not dally. On to the interview. Tell us a bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Sidewinder, and I'm basically the procurer here for the Diabolical League of Awesome.
Procure, like food, supplies?
Oh no, nothing that mundane there. I specialize in more hard to find and esoteric items of interest.
Aha. Do you acquire these things through legal means?
What's the fun in that? Wait a sec. Who's going to see this?
Let's move on. So you said you came to the moon base for the customer base. Is that the only reason?
No. My old Mad Scientist Academy roommate Pyro also works here, and he's actually the one that recruited me over here. So working with him is an add plus. Plus, he inevitably does something to hurt himself, and, well, seeing him suffer is always a plus.
Oh, you two are real good friends. I can see that.
Well, given the number of times his experiments have gone wrong, or the mayhem that he causes, or the number of times he's almost blown us and the world up, you understand where I'm coming from.
Blow up the world. And just how many times has he done this?
You probably don't want to know. You'll sleep better at night.
Right. Okay, you mentioned meeting Pyro at the Mad Scientist Academy. Tell us more about that.
Well, I was involved like many fledgling mad scientists in the academy. All of them get their start. It really was a lot of fun learning forbidden sciences and robot technologies and the massive weapons that were learned. I not to knock it, I really was enjoying myself. But after a little while, I got disillusioned.
Disillusioned. So you became disillusioned with the mad search in forbidden science, this urge to take over the world?
No, hell no. What I got disillusioned with was I realized that once you take over the world, then it's just work. You do you realize the logistics alone in trying to run the planet? And then you gotta deal with the usurpers and the do-gooders trying to dethrone you. And I just realized it was all the fun got sucked out of it once I realized that once you take over the world, it's done.
I see. So how did that lead to your current job?
Well, I had one of those aha moments. And not the aha moment Pyro has that generally leads to him getting blown up, but the aha inspiration moment. That no matter what my mad scientists, whatever field they studied into, whether it was mutated plants or giant robots or just big doomsday devices, there was always one thing that they needed, one commonality between them. They need some rare, hard to find, esoteric item to complete their experiments. And it would usually pay pretty well to get that.
So you decided to be the man to supply these goods.
Yep. Usually the mad scientists either lack the skill base or the time, really, to obtain them themselves. So they'll pay plenty of money for someone that's willing to go through the trouble for them.
Ah, so that has led to a rather lucrative business for you.
Well, I wouldn't exactly say lucrative, not exactly rolling in dough. Sometimes the logistics of obtaining an item, there's a lot of time and expense spent in it, bites into my profit margin. On the plus side, I do sometimes get to see some tantalizing glimpses at some projects that are being worked on that are quite interesting.
So you don't do it just for the money. You still enjoy the science and development part of this.
Oh yes, why else would I be hanging out with Pyro still?
So let's go another track. What's been the most unusual item you've been asked to get?
Most unusual. Well, I had to say, someone once asked me for 350 pounds of guacamole.
350 pounds of guacamole. That is unusual.
Yeah, especially since they stipulated they wanted the Martian variety.
Martian?
Yeah. The growing season of Mars is extremely slim, so getting even 350 pounds is difficult even during the top of the harvest season. I'm sure you can understand.
Oh, that is unusual. Then what is the most difficult to get?
Well, the most difficult, that's pretty easy. I had to steal a minute from last Tuesday.
Come again?
Someone wanted me to get 60 seconds from last Tuesday, probably part of a colonial experiment. I didn't ask too many questions, but bottling up some time was a definite engineering and logistical challenge, to say the least.
So you stole a minute from last week. How do you steal a minute?
Well, I could go into details, but we are on a time schedule, I'm told. So, besides, I don't want to give away all my secrets to my rivals.
You have rivals?
Oh yeah, I'm not the only one that came up with this idea. And it's not always just someone that specializes in it, but the black market there is a prime pot for people that steal treasures and looking to unload them there. For example, the Crimson Gem Jewel of Sekhet, while worth millions on its own, is cut precisely well enough that it can focus the beams of a 10 gigawatt laser without fracturing. Did you know that?
Never thought about stuff like that. Okay, so what do you hate most about your job?
Slimes. Oh, a lot of people like to incorporate slimes into their security systems. Can't stand working with them. Rats, snakes, robots, cyclops, I'll take any of them over slimes.
Cyclops? Right. Somebody get on the phone, find out what a lunatic asylum I got assigned to. Get me out of here.
What was that?
Nothing. Let's continue. So you do some flying for the League, right?
Flying?
Yes, the aviator goggles you have on.
Oh, these aren't aviator goggles. Safety glasses. Working with all the mad scientists I do, safety glasses are a must, especially hanging out with Pyro.
And why Pyro in particular?
Well, it's in the name. Stuff has actually been known to spontaneously combust near him just to save the time before he managed to blow it up on his own.
Oh my, well, I'll certainly keep that in mind since he is my next interview.
He is? Where's your safety gear?
No, that's not exactly normal interview attire. Well, except on the south side, South Central.
No, look, no, serious. I think you need these more than I do right now.
That's fine, thank you. No,
No, I'm serious. This is for your health and welfare.
Out of here.
Hey, can we get some help here? Look, we need to get some stuff here. She got Pilot next, for Christ's sake. Come on. Protective eyewear, bulletproof vest. You know how he is with machine guns. A bomb suit would be nice if we could get a hold of it.